So if you have a debilitated Venus in your Navamsa chart, does that mean that all hope is lost? Does that mean you'll never get married? Does that mean that your life will have no sense of purpose whatsoever? Well, it weakens all of that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that life won't have those things. And there are some counteracting factors that do really help with that. Prime among them would be a strong third lord in the Navamsa chart, because that gives us the courage and the motivation with which to still have drive to try to find greater levels of meaning. Equally, a strong ninth lord, that's going to be very important too. A strong ninth lord can counteract the lack of purpose that we find through Venus. It can help us to find meaning in things while Venus is still making us make poor decisions in those areas of the chart that Venus rules, right? Things that tend to help with this a little bit too is if you look at the Shastayamsha chart, if you've got a good birth time, if there's a strong Venus there, that'll obviously counteract the weak Venus in the Navamsa somewhat, as well as a strong Venus in the Rashi chart. It'll make it not quite as bad. And of course, cancellation of debilitation does work, for those of you who know about that, in regards to a debilitated Venus, but a debilitated Venus is still going to be a debilitated Venus. It doesn't take it away completely. It just, it makes it a little less burdensome and even makes it positive in some other areas. So if you have a debilitated Venus, look at that third lord in your chart. Look at that ninth lord in your chart, if that's in your Navamsa chart. And these techniques will work in the Rashi chart too. But, overall, a debilitated Venus in the Navamsa chart, some of the things, just to summarize, that can give is an incapacity to make the necessary choices in life that lead to a purpose-filled life. In addition to that, relationships can be difficult, right? Marriage is both a 7th house and a 9th house thing. So if Venus is ruling either of those houses, then marriage is something that can be difficult. And the type of relationships that come from the Navamsa obviously are things like marriage, but also deeply committed relationships. So a person with a weak Venus in the Navamsa chart, if they've got say a strong 7th lord in the Saptamsha or a strong Venus in the Rashi chart, they can still have good relationships. It's just that it's difficult for them to find someone that they feel like they can commit to. So I just wanted to do a brief video on this.